We want to be everything except who our ancient foremothers and forefathers were. And that's the founders of civilizations. That's who we are. And the last political name that we fell as is Moors across the planet. If you ask a German, he's going to tell you M-O-H-R, Moor. In Germany, like they know what Moors are in Germany. They don't know what black people are. If you ask a Sri Lankan, they're going to tell you Sri Lankan Moors. You can go on the internet and look up Sri Lankan Moors, and you'll see some Indians wearing dashiki, just like Hercules, wearing feathers. Wearing feathers, just like this. Because they honor their foremothers and forefathers. Why did they build their wall of China? To keep the Europeans out from getting the information that they were going on around the world, burning and pillaging. And the people who did that look like us. It wasn't some fair-skinned Asians that we see today. But until we, the people of North America and the people of the islands, take our rightful place as the indigenous people of this land, because the people who they say are the indigenous people, those guys aren't indigenous. They're a mix between Asians and Europeans. So don't even say that those guys are the indigenous people and we can't take that position. Because that's our position. We're the indigenous people. And that's your birthright. That's not something I'm saying, I'm trying to sell you an idea. I'm telling you that that's your birthright. I know about the fraud of a driver's license. That's why I gave my driver's license back and told him that this is not my license, it's yours, so you keep it. I don't need this to travel around here. When I got my passport, I took my picture with my fez on. And I put all rights reserved. And I signed over that in that corporate name that they're saying that they want me to be. And I got my passport in a week. How many people say they're going to, oh yeah, I need to go away, I need this right now. Sorry, it's going to take 6 weeks. Just like the sister saying, everybody knows. The whole world knows. They're not hiding nothing. Look at there's the movie True Romance. They're talking about Moors in that movie. There's Black Knight with Martin Lawrence. And through the whole movie, they're calling him a Moor in the whole movie. Oh, what Moor? This Moor and that Moor. And he's, what are you guys talking about? Why are you calling me a Moor? I'm from Harvard. Displaying the ignorance of our people. Not willing to accept who they are. Haile Selassie wore one of these without a tassel on it. And it was golden because he was a Moor. The Triple Crown is a fez. And you go through all the emperors from Haile Selassie back, all of them wore fezzes just like this. All of them wore fezzes just like this. It's not a secret. It's only a secret to these crazy people in North America and the islands that want to call themselves adjectives. And then want to get mad when the civilized world doesn't accept their uncivilized position that they're trying to force on a civilized world. And then claim that it's racism. When it's not racism, it's birthright theft. Somebody stole your birthright, and now they're running around the world doing business with all the nations of the world with your birthright. And then we're letting them do it because we don't want to claim our birthright. We want to be the black Egyptians from Kemet. And we want to be, you know, the Ethiopians. When Ethiopia comes from Ethios, which is Greek. But we do have the name Smith and Johnson and whatever, so European has jurisdiction over us. to do whatever they want. We want to have the Afrocentric school in the enemy's school system. And we want to talk about liberation. When we're in the enemy's school, you know, Martin Luther King loved the enemy. Okay, well, we're loving our enemy and we're going into the school. Right? And not getting nothing. All we have to show for ourselves is our underwear when we walk down the street. Because when you ask people around the world how they judge us, they don't judge us by their history that they read. They judge us by what they see. They judge us by what they're presented with. And majority of times, the people that don't look like us are presented with false images of us, and they believe it. Until they bump into somebody like me who knows that I'm not Negro, black, or colored. I'm a Moor. I'm your God. And they say, yeah, that's true, because you know my great-great-granddad had this picture of a guy that was dark just like you. And he said that was the guy that started whatever in our country. Buddha has China bumps in his hair because he's a brother. Shiva and Krishna and all of them have blue skin because they're brothers. They're us. But we don't want to accept our divinity. We want to wear our divinity when there's conscious events. But then when we go to our job, we're the top nigger. We have serious problems that we need to deal with. And the only way that we're going to be respected by anybody on the planet is when we accept the last political name that we fell as. Period. Until you accept that reality that you're a Moor, which means that you're indigenous, which means that you're the founder of civilization, because there's a book called Stolen Legacy, written by George G.M. James. And he got murdered for that book, because in that book he said that the Egyptians made the Moors the custodians of the Kemet culture. And they murdered him for that book. Because he told the truth. And he didn't lie to the people and tell them that they're black Africans and that they're ancient black Phoenicians. Again, we're not, quality doesn't mean nothing to us. We're about quality. We don't need 50 million people because there's only going to be a handful of people saved anyways. So 50 million people, like, it's serving no purpose. That's just dead weight. That's why there was people banging on the door, right, of the ark. I know I had to tell them, can't open the door. Angel took the key. Sorry, you should have been around when we were building this. If we're going to get ourselves out of this situation, and I'm telling you, I gave their license back. I was traveling with no license, getting stopped by OPP or whoever, showing them my paperwork that I have a right to travel, and them saying, "Yo, have a nice day," and go about your business with no license, nothing. Right now, I'm in a court case right now that I went into the court, told them, I'm not the slave name that you guys think I am. I'm a Moor. I'm indigenous to this land. And the judge said he doesn't want to deal with this. That was March 25th, 2011. And he adjourned the court date to January 2012. No tickets, right? All they did was give me summons for no license, no insurance, no plates, bad tint. How much people you know, right, are going to be driving with no license, right? No insurance, no plates. Get their car towed to their house, not impounded. And they get summonses, no tickets. And then at the court date, they didn't throw the book at me like they do to all these niggers out here. They said, we need to review this and we'll see you in January. And let me go home. If that doesn't prove to you that birthright is something, it's something legit. Like the brother say, what are we gonna do now? Okay, well, you better start learning the law. So these people can stop taking advantage of you. Because why are they taking advantage of us? Because we're ignorant. They're taking advantage of us because we allow them to take advantage of us. There's brothers right now in the States that say that they're Moors, that work on construction, and they have their own permit that they put up. Right? I can give you the number for the dude. You can call him yourself. Put up the permit on the building. Inspector came, said, oh, this is a violation of this code and that code, whatever, back. They go to court. The judge yelled at the prosecutor, tell the prosecutor, apologize to these guys. Tell the prosecutor, don't even bother these guys anymore. Because they're indigenous people. And you don't have any jurisdiction on those people to tell them anything. And throw out all their bullshit that they tried to say, oh yeah, you know what, we're gonna charge you with this and we're gonna charge you with that. All over the place, this is going on. We're just doing it in Canada because it's not, every other school of thought is up here. Every school of thought is up here in Canada, in Toronto. But you don't hear no Moors. You don't hear that there's Moors out here. It's zip the lips when it's time to talk about the Moors, regardless of who we deal with. Right? Because Moors are boat rockers. We challenge the status quo severely because we know that the status quo is slavery. Do you have any questions? Sister.
So where would we be able to find more information about, I guess, the Moors and certain rights that we do have that they cannot take away from us?
The best thing to do is do your research on the history of Moors in America. Just punch that in Google and see what comes up. The history of Moors in America, right? Because it doesn't make sense me telling you how to get out of a ticket if you don't know what a bill of exchange is. It doesn't make sense me telling you how to reserve your rights on a contract if you don't know what the rules are that govern contracts. Because these people are devilish when you start exercising your rights. You think they're devilish now that you're niggers and that you're black people? Wait until you start exercising your rights. We'll see who the real people are when it's exercise rights time and you have to go in court and you have to talk to that European judge right there who's trying to take your head because he's a Mason. It's all about study. Just like we were talking about outside. No, why don't why? It's all about study. Right. You know what I mean? And right now is Aquarian age, which is a man holding a pitcher, and then water's coming out of it, and he's stuck in this position for 25,000 years, because that's how long it's going to take the age to switch to the next age. So he's stuck, and water